Look at this. I got headphones on. I got a mic going. Baby.
If
Huh?
only people could see you now.
Hey, no video. We've gone through this before.
All right,
No
all right,
video.
all right. Welcome to This Commerce Life. This is a podcast aimed at small, medium entrepreneurs focused on commerce. I'm Phil, your host, and Kenny, your co-host, will join us as well. And we're going to talk to you about the world of retail and commerce and how things are changing in the world.
But that's fine.
Okay, there we go. 16 might just be your volume? No? I don't know.
Oh, maybe smart the guy you are. I think you're right because I got to 19 after I raised the volume.
Woo! Look at us.
Holy, you are a
Look at
tech
us.
teeny eye.
I know.
I'm a tech, not so teeny eye.
You're not sick of talking to me today? I feel like I've heard
A little bit, but you know what? This is the things you got to do for the podcast.
I've been harassing you all day, I think. I think for everything but the podcast.
No, it's funny. What you're harassing me on is the funny shit is that I get Dom's freaking out. Hey, someone's trying to get in our
someone's trying to hack your stuff.
There's like 8 people. I changed the password.
Yeah, I saw that.
God bless her, man. See, that's someone who gives a shit because I haven't read anything. I don't even know what they're talking about. I don't know if it was Instagram, Facebook. I thought, okay, whatever.
It's probably Instagram. It's probably Insta because my guys
anyway,
are all.
The password has changed.
Okay, no worries.
You've incited a password change.
He's such a good sport too. After all that, he sent me the pin anyway for Instagram. So.
Oh yeah, Dom's a good shot. Dom's a good shot. Oh yeah, no issues there. No issues there.
So funny.
But it was good. I'm glad. It sounds like the kids are up and running, so that's good. I think what we'll do is we should have a once they start doing the farting around a little bit, let's get a call in between you, myself, Dom, and might even throw Rowana on it. Not for anything. We may as well. I don't want to feel like we're bypassing or moving around her, but
no,
you know,
she's doing it, so she's going to have a feel for who's in there, and
she'll know some different things. Like some things she'll be able to tell us maybe what pictures are working and not working. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I'm happy. It's all good. It's all good on the hood.
No, it's good. It's good.
All good on the hood.
It's good. Yeah. Centennial. I mean, I think if you're joining us, Kenny and I are talking about, my Centennial kid's taking over his social stuff, which we talked about last week as well. And it's in full swing now. I literally have been harassing poor Kenny all day. Literally, he woke up with me. And then,
I woke up at a distance, 3,000 miles, just in case anybody's thinking.
Kenny's
not that there's anything wrong with that.
Wait a second.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. Just clarifying.
Yeah. So I'm doing all that. Gosh, I don't know what else is going on. What else is going on? I'm talking to a new client on Friday, someone else in the pet space. So that should be pretty interesting. So I'm, it's funny how something small. So, like a couple of episodes ago, you and I were talking about, this Omega oil company I'm dealing with in New Zealand where I did a sell story for them. And, and I'm starting to realize like how many people don't have these. Right. And so, I'm just talking to a bunch of brands now about, listen, like, how do you figure out what your selling story is? Like, how do you do a nice solid launch deck so that you got, kind of 10 pages that if a buyer asked you for something like that, you could literally drop it on their desk and, you'd feel confident that that's your thing, right? Like that's your story that you could sell or that you could leave them to read if you didn't have a chance to,
most don't have that though, right? We've talked about this, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Even if I go back now and I take a look at some of the stuff that and it's bad because I write it from the wrong perception. When I've written a few for my vendors, I wrote things the way I like things.
Yeah.
Right. And you've presented to me before in the old days. So, my world was basically, front page, don't need, I already know you're there.
Yeah.
Introduction, don't need, I already know who you are.
Yeah.
Hit the highlights, give me the last page. So like page. So it's kind of probably not the best way to go in with someone new thinking, people do like a little bit of the story, etc. So now I'm starting to, I'm going to have to fluff mine up a little bit too. Not crazy, but just a little bit of,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think I think that when you get a relationship like what we had with you, you're in a really good place. Like I used to do that with, when I did dairy with Walmart, we used to screw around, and the guy Nick that I called on at the end, we were at a place where I could shuffle up the deck and place the deck, the one slide he wanted, the end slide with all your skew detail on it and all that kind of stuff. I would stick it in the middle somewhere, so he would automatically go to my deck and like try and rip off the back page, and then realize like, hey, where the hell? This is not the right page. And I'm like, sorry, I shuffled the sequence. So now you got to wait. You got to wait for me to finish,
I
right?
find my page. Now I'd be just saying, yeah, you want to play that game, jackass? I'll find my page.
That's exactly what he would do, right? And then he would rifle through the thing. But the 10 minutes, like we'd have a good laugh about it. And then,
plus he actually rifled through some of it, because the other way he didn't rifle through any of it.
Yeah, right.
He went last page and it was done.
Yeah. So it's like when you get there with your buyer, then you've got good rapport going, right? Like you've got a good relationship, and then you can kind of shoot the shit about stuff and try and figure out how to like do some good stuff together, right?
You know what it is? It's like we've talked about it before. It's a game, right?
Yeah.
And I used to even tell people, like emphatically, I said, you got to learn how to play me.
Yeah.
Right? There's shit that you're going to do that just don't do, because you're going to aggravate the shit out of me. Right? So just learn those things so you don't do them.
Yeah.
And other stuff, you know what? Like I said, if you want to distract me, it's not massively complicated.
Yeah.
Like, you could, there's ways to do things. You got to get to know the person you're dealing with. And that's the beauty of dealing with a person.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because then you can go down different paths, et cetera. And vice versa. The buyer's no different.
Yeah.
You're looking at your vendor, it's going to push a button or not push a button. And that's the beauty of the relationship. That's why the game is fun.
Yeah.
Right? Otherwise it'd be a drag. I mean, if it's just all last page, I mean, seriously?
No, yeah.
Gotta be more than that. I mean, didn't you like to know your people, get to know them, and shoot shit about things, and they, hey, how's Kathy? How's the kids? And
you want that. You want that.
I like that.
That's when you really get rapport. Like that's when I can have a moment and I go, listen, Kenny, like seriously, right? Like I really, because those are the moments you go, seriously, I really need this, right? Like,
seriously, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, do you really need this?
Yeah. Please
right?
Here's the deck. Tell me you'll take it,
Exactly. But that is what Phil shaking his head as a no answer.
Yeah.
That's the cue. You had respect for your vendor, the vendor had respect for the buyer.
Yeah.
Because you can be honest with each other and say, listen, you know what, really, here's why I'm not going to take it. This is stupid. Here's the reasons why. This is what's going on in the category. Really, cut the bullshit. Like this is why I'm not doing it, or why I am doing it. Now, I personally like that. I thought, I don't know, it just made everything. It's amazing what you could get both ways when you learned that.
Yeah.
Right. And especially from a buyer's perspective, you always got more.
Yeah.
Always got more when you treated your vendor respectfully, because for the most part, they weren't treated respectfully most other places.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, so just the right thing to do anyway. But realistically, like if you just treated people like people, it's amazing what shit you can get out of people, right?
Yeah. No, really, right? Like, and be super simple about it, right? Like, here's what's in it for you. Here's what's in it for me, right?
Just straight up, man. Just be honest.
It's pretty simple about
just in the negotiating. If you want to bullshit a little bit, or not push all the
embellish a little, that's okay. Yeah.
But you know what? For the most part, just say it like it is, tell it like it is, and move on. Everybody's been playing the game way too long.
Yeah.
All the bullshit you can just park. It's not, just get to the facts, man. Get to the facts.
Yeah. But so how many of the brands that called on you, how many of them actually had how many of them actually had decks to show you?
First couple years, everybody.
Yeah.
And then as you establish yourself more as a buyer too, and people get to know you, and they would tailor to what they knew that I probably would accept. For the most part, quite frankly, depending what the category was, I don't need a lot of shit. If you're going to bring in a coffee, it's not rocket science, you guys. I'm going to look at the package. I'm going to look at the pricing. I'm going to ask you a few questions. Where is it? What are you doing, etc.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's going to be a lot of gut feel, and not gut feel like just willy nilly. It's, you know, based on, I know what's going on.
Yeah.
If it's a new drug, and there wasn't many of those, but, you know, you might think, okay, how does this, you know, so why is this molecule coming out on the floor?
Yeah.
Is it old? Is it new? Like, what are we going to do? How much is our money behind it?
Yeah.
Is Pfizer pushing it? Is J&J pushing? Like, then you wanted to know stuff. That might be a deck.
Were you still doing OTC when naproxen came out? When Aleve?
I was doing OTC when naproxen. I was doing OTC when Voltaren came out. Naproxen, what did I need for naproxen? You know what I needed? Nothing.
Yeah.
Aleve had been in Canada 15 years, 20 years prior, and it's been in the States. It was a no big deal.
Yeah.
When Voltaren came out, I needed a little bit more because I didn't understand. I didn't know what it was.
Yeah. Voltaren was, I love Voltaren. I mean, I was
I think
such
a lot
big
of people
fan.
do.
Yeah.
But Aleve was easy. I mean, it's just another NSAID. Who cared? I mean, whatever, right?
Yeah.
That one was just more of the money. You just knew that you could probably get a few pennies out of Bayer on the launch because they needed it.
Yeah.
More so than
and then you put the fear of God in them, right? Like, look, don't screw around with pricing, right? Like at that point, Tylenol and Advil had, you know, were screwing around with you know, dropping all their feature pricing and all that kind of stuff, right? So when Bayer came in with naproxen, you were like, listen, stop fucking around with the price, right? Like, everyone's gonna buy
for all of us
$9.99.
to make money here.
So, you know, like, you start dropping, I'm going to be pissed, right? Like,
and we could give the consumer a fair, what the price should be.
Yeah.
You know, so that the whole system works. Because, like, you know what Tylenol is like. You can think, seriously?
Oh my God.
Why am I losing money on Tylenol?
Yeah.
That's stupidity.
Yeah, no, like, why are we even featuring this, right? Like,
It's
why are we going so deep? Like, 10%, you know, is more than enough. Like, and even if I don't want to do 10, like, I could just call it out on shelf and people will buy it, right? Like, so why do we keep competing on this stuff?
I think a lot of that was because Costco used to be so cheap, right?
Yeah.
They had that 400 count.
Yeah.
500 milligram, right?
Yeah.
And then, you know, all of us, we think, well, fuck, I mean, what do you want me to do, man?
Yeah.
You know, they're pricing that like I would price house brand.
Yeah.
You know, come on. I need, you know, I got to move some tonnage too, right?
Oh my gosh.
But
you know,
anyway,
and then I get, you know, you know what? What you're hearing is two buyers getting cranky because of competitive. So what we're talking about is like, in the old days when you ran OTC, over-the-counter drugs, they were like the big anchor brands for everything was Advil and Tylenol, right? You know, like very standard pain relief sort of stuff. And like, this stuff moves like water, right? Like it's, you know, everybody needs it. Everybody needs it in their household. Everybody buys it, you know, and, but what would happen is, you know, you kind of knew the price point, you know, there's a pill count, you know, whether it's 30s, 50s, or whatever the number is, you know, there's a price point where everybody buys it. Let's say it's $9.99. And what would happen is you know, you're kind of like happily selling it for $9.90. So let's say I'm still at Target, Kenny's at London, right? Like, we both got it on for like, he'd have it on, you'd have it on for like $9.99. I'd have it on for $9.97, right? And then,
whatever.
You know, and so what would happen is Walmart would come in and go, hey, $8.97 this week, right? And you're like, what are you doing, right? Like, why would you take $1 off this thing? Like, there's no reason to do this because everyone was happily buying this stuff, right? But then
and then Loblaws would come out, hey, $5.99 just for funsies.
Loblaws would be like, well,
seriously?
screw you guys, right? And then like guys like us, you would get cranky, right? Because I'm doing a nice business, you know, we're all getting a share of the tonnage, you know, we're doing a nice profit. And all of a sudden, I got to take all the profit I made over the last 6 months and dump it into a super low price point because I can't afford to have my consumer run away to, you know, a Walmart or a Loblaws to buy the stuff. And then Kenny would then, you know, like, we wouldn't talk about it because that's illegal.
Well, that's illegal. You can't, it's not price fixing.
No.
What it is though, as a buyer, what are you doing? You're scanning the market to see. And the problem is when it's big guys that are in our markets and next door to us or a block away, you can't look like an idiot.
No.
So then you're kind of thinking, well, either I can stay at the high price.
Yeah.
And what I don't need is my consumer now getting used to going to the other guy and not coming back, or I just drop my price and I play the game.
Yeah. And then you try and, you know, and then that's when you see buyers get really cranky, right?
Yeah,
like, so if you're wondering why a buyer's cranky, that's that moment, right? Because we're like, fuck, right? Like, now I got to get in this game. Like I have 6
Plus
months of healthy profit. I'm not yelling at the Tylenol guy. Now I got to go yell at the Tylenol guy, and I got to lose all my profits. And then I got to explain why I lost on tonnage and profit.
Yeah,
Right?
and
So,
it's just, and for what? For a commodity that you're gonna buy anyway.
Yeah.
Like I can understand if you want to go after the milk person once in a while or whatever. Okay, I get it. It's like an everyday purchase, but even a Tylenol user, if you're a hardcore Tylenol user, you were buying the 200 count or 400 count from Costco. So you weren't at any week every way. So what's the difference? If it was $9.99 or $8.99, leave it at $9.99. Well, everybody can make a few extra pennies.
Yeah.
It's better for everybody. And then for all the consumers out there who get pissed at that, well, think about it. That's what employs people too.
Yeah.
People get employed on the profits that companies make, not the sales dollars. So if the sales dollars are low and there's no profit, you're laying people off.
Yeah.
So what? So you can buy Tylenol, 4 times a year at a price that's stupid anyway? Well, I mean, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
So be competitive on stuff that makes sense. Crazy. Holy shit.
So if you're watching the YouTube, if you're not watching the YouTube, this is when you want to watch the YouTube, because this is when we actually, this is probably one of the very few moments that we get really cranky, even though we're no longer buyers. But this is the sort of shit that, like if you walk in, your buyer's cranky, think about any price competition that you just saw. It's probably what set them off.
Most likely it's something that some other retailer's doing that's dumb.
Yeah.
It's just stupid.
Yeah.
Because it's not the right commodity. Yeah. Again, you want to beat the shit out of a cereal.
Yeah.
Like a Rice Krispies. Well, you know what? It's a commodity.
Yeah.
I mean, OTC should not be commodity. OTC is bought need driven. Yeah. You have to have it. And you're right. Most homes have Tylenol or Advil in it, or acetaminophen, ibuprofen. Most. Yeah. Because pain is still the number one reason why people visit doctors.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. So anyway, so if you're ever wondering what happened, if you're ever wondering why your buyer's cranky, what I would do is probably hit a flyer before you go in to see your buyer, and
I would.
Category that you're in. That is probably why they're cranky, is because somebody is leaking profit right out of their, their P&L, and
and for no brilliant reason.
No great reason.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
That's retail. You can't control the price, and you can't do any. You just let it go. And
I think the other component is, I think what makes you cranky is because we're all pretty competitive, right? And so as a buyer, you know who's running the other desks, right? Like the other, when I was on over the counter, you knew that who was running it at Walmart, you knew who was running it at Loblaws, but you can't call them, right? And so you're literally yelling at your own screen going, "What are you doing? Sean, stop doing that," right? Like, what is wrong with you, right? Yeah. Like, and then when the when the brand comes in, it's the first phone call you make. You got to get in here. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Like what's going on?
Out, right? Like, yeah.
Anyway, it's all part of it. Like I said, I mean, and that people have to understand is you can't do anything about it. You can't phone the other buyer because that's you're colluding and your price fix. You can't do that shit. So basically, what you do what Phil said. You just yell at the computer.
Yeah,
I mean, you look like a complete moron. Monday mornings, you have everybody's doors closed and everybody's yelling, but not talking to anybody. They're just yelling at screens and throwing shit.
Yeah.
Right.
But it is. Like if you're gonna send stuff, I wouldn't. Actually, how if you're a vendor, this is how you know if your week's gonna be good. Is if you don't get a call Monday morning.
Yeah, you're probably safe.
You're safe because they're busy yelling at somebody else, right?
Yeah, most likely. And I even got to point. Did you actually phone? I never phoned after a while. You know what I used to do?
Yeah.
I used to get so angry. Yeah. Like I wouldn't call anybody. I didn't yell at anybody. I'd sit there and just discontinue something. Just out of sheer frustration and just being pissed off, like thinking, seriously?
I would, what I would do? I would cut orders.
Oh, I've done that. Or something like that, where you know what
orders.
You think, okay, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to save you from the screaming, which isn't going to do anybody any good except make me feel better for a minute, and then be more angry later when I know nothing's going to change, or I'm going to do what you did. I stopped by something, I cut an order back a little bit. Yeah. Or you know what? Cancel your appointment.
Half.
Huh?
Everything half. Like J&J, like, oh yeah, okay, you want to do that? Like everything, all the orders go to half, right? And then I dare you to call me, right? Because when you see the order, I dare you to call me. Like, you know why? But you gotta
because
call.
I got yelled at on Monday by someone else. I didn't yell. You didn't yell.
Yeah.
But ours was way more effective.
Yeah. And then, but then, if you don't get a call Monday morning, you actually should be ready, because Monday afternoon, I'm done being angry and now I'm vindictive. So then I'm looking at your competition going, what can you do for me? Right? Like, I just got screwed by these guys. So you guys are literally their competition. I'm handing you a flyer. I'm handing you, like, what can you do for me? Right? Like, bring me something good. Right? And so you gotta, like, prepare to be whipped in the morning on Monday, and then prepare to, like, let loose the wallet on Monday afternoon. Yeah.
No, totally.
Right? Oh man.
It's all the fun and games of it, though, right? But that was it was kind of it was the fun part.
Yeah.
The fun part of what you did, and for the most part, luckily, that was 1% of the job. The other 99 was actually just a hoot, right? I liked it. I really enjoyed what I did. I think I've said it before on the show.
Yeah.
I had wicked people that I worked with. I had great, great colleagues at all levels within, and our vendor community was fantastic, especially in the West.
Yeah,
like honestly, just fantastic for the most part. And I enjoyed what I did.
I like most of it. I really love my team. I'm like you, right? So I had a really great team around me who's usually saved me from me.
More times than not, thank Christ.
Oh my gosh. And then
Christ, the company should be thankful on that one. Oh my God.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. And then I liked picking product. I hated doing, all that inventory bullshit and like working through markdowns and all that. I hated that stuff, but I like the buying part.
It still was okay. And it depends on who you're with, like, because you were always with public companies. See, we were private.
Yeah. Oh,
right.
Okay, yeah.
So the family was awesome to work with.
Okay.
And then our bosses, like, I remember, like, when Win was there, or even Clint or Rob, like, honestly, they just stayed out of your face. They let you do your thing.
Yeah.
Like, they actually got it. Like, as bosses, you know what? It was kind of, they just let you go.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously had guardrails and shit to go, but they weren't, it wasn't like a quarterly run down the hall and everybody's yelling at everybody.
Yeah.
Maybe sometimes Win used to do that.
But
the other two didn't really do that. The other two would come down when they really needed to.
Yeah.
And, and fine. And for the most part, by the time they got to your door, you're probably thinking, fuck, they're probably a day late. They probably should have been here yesterday. Whatever.
Yeah. Sorry,
so
sir.
you kind of knew it's probably your fault somewhere in that mess, right? I mean, you wouldn't admit. I can admit it now because who cares? I'm not there. I wouldn't admit it then. I would have said it was their fault, but
Oh no, I'm the best for that. Like, it's the best deflator, right? Like, they show up and I go, "You're right. I'm sorry."
Yeah, I used to. I'm sure whatever I did
takes all the steam out of everything, right? And they're like,
it probably was me, and really, quite frankly, whatever. Who cares?
Yeah.
Or throw it back in their face anyway. No, I don't think it was. I think it was me. I think it must have been you guys.
Oh my God! You know what? My Shannon, who's kind of like my right arm there, if not more. She had this really subtle way of like, like when we were in private, she would like just beat on me, right? She'd be like, "This is due. They've asked for it once or twice." And like, Target was famous for redoing templates, and so I was famous for not doing the first or second versions, right? Because I just waited for third or fourth, right? Because I knew they were going to revise it. But she was, type A. This was her first job. She's like, "We got to fill this in. It's due tomorrow." I'm like, "It's not due tomorrow." Like, there are like 80 buyers on this floor, right? It's not due tomorrow. Like, if it's due tomorrow and they're not going to get to mine, like, I'm going to be last on that list. So I'm just going to wait. Right. And so, it would be due tomorrow. And then by the end of day tomorrow, they'd be like, "Hey, listen, we've revised this. Can you redo it?" I'm like, "So that's version number 2. She's like, "It's due tomorrow." No, it's not due tomorrow. Right. And then, by the third version, like, we should do this and we should be the first ones in. Right. Because now it's the third version. It's probably going to be the final one. She's like, "I don't understand this madness," right? But then I would get it in. They'd go, "This is amazing. This is the one you should follow." And you're like,
"You're right."
Yeah,
So it's a rock star I am.
Yeah, sure, something like that.
We were lucky. We didn't have a lot of that.
Oh my God.
We really, what? Honestly, I mean, I think that's why everybody stays so long.
Yeah.
In that company, like, nobody leaves, right?
Yeah.
because you're not bogged down in bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it is. What it is.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
It is what it is, right? I mean, like I said, all good in the hood. All good in the hood.
Oh man.
Although since our last talk last week, it's been so nice not to have to worry about key accounts.
Okay. All right.
It's only been like 5 working days and a stat in there.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that I don't give a shit.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Look at you.
I'm there. I help.
Yeah.
But I don't have to get into the details. And honestly, I think, I'm sometimes amazed how much when you don't like something and you're not too sure how much you don't like it. I realize how much I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I like not doing it. I really do like not doing it.
Yeah. It's funny. Yeah. Because in that time, I've had a bunch of brands that I met at the show come to me and go, "Hey, do you rep?" And I was like, no,
no.
No.
Oh, I tell you right now, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. No. Don't do it. Don't do it.
No. Well, that's you know what? Since then, though, so I ended up I had tomorrow. That's hopefully going to work. I have a meeting the other day that I've now following up. So like all of a sudden, just by taking that shit off my plate, which wasn't a lot, but maybe just the anxiety and the stress of it.
Yeah.
Bang, 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 bang. Like 4 different people now.
Nice.
All of a sudden, and I think of the 4, 2 are going to land.
Okay.
Probably 3.
Wow.
But if you don't, again, you know what? It's because when I'm got other shit on my mind.
Yeah.
Then I lose sight of what I wanted to do and what I liked to do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's okay. I left them with. I mean, no, everybody's got competent people.
Yeah.
Following behind me, more competent than I am, and they'll actually do more than I will. So it's probably better for everybody.
I don't know, Kenny.
Oh yeah,
you say that, but you're pretty competent, so I wouldn't say
yeah, whatever. I don't really care. I just have to be really.
Hey, so now we're on YouTube, so now you can see Kenny's face when I compliment him.
We're not supposed to be these people.
No, but the problem is
voice thing, not a face thing.
But because we started putting stuff on YouTube, right? It's weird to have.
I don't even want to see
out
this.
there, right?
I'm not watching.
No, don't go look at it or anything. Like it's just out there, right? If anything, it's for SEO more than it is for actually people to see us. So one day
it's gonna go negative SEO. Nobody's gonna come back. Anyway, whatever. Do whatever you want.
Man. Look at us. We went down memory lane, like kicked around the buyer thing for a little bit. That was kind of cool. Like that was kind of cool.
No, it's all good in the hood, buddy. It's all good in the hood. Like I said, I enjoyed that. I did enjoy the old days like that too.
Yeah.
But now it's different, right? If someone phoned me today and said, "Hey, I haven't talked to him in a while. How's it going? How you liking it?" I said, "Oh, I love every minute of it."
Yeah.
Love every minute of it.
Yeah.
I said, I honestly do not. I mean, outside of the people, I really. It doesn't mean anything to me.
Okay.
Right. I mean, the people are always the people. I thoroughly enjoyed where I was.
Yeah.
That way, but no, it's like anything. I think you and I've talked about this ad nauseum on the show. You get up, and if you don't want to do A today, do B.
Yeah.
You know what? Sometimes I think today was it was a sunny day. I was just getting frustrated at lunch. I have Amelia's convertible. It's a sunny day.
Yeah.
I went for a drive for half an hour.
Nice.
In the middle to 2:00. Why? Because I can.
So great.
Because what are you going to do?
Great. Yeah. Yeah. Who's going to fire you?
Nobody.
Right? Nobody.
But that's this. So you kind of, and I know it's a stupid little thing because now we're both going to be, we're recording this early tonight, but we're going to probably be up to midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning working. But that drive was worth every freaking every late night.
Yeah. Like, I mean, the ability to just screw off like that is.
It's just everything. It's just, you can't. And again, I remember when I was having anxiety when I left because I thought, Jesus, can I do this? Like, are you going to manage even the, like, how do you manage time? Like, if I don't go somewhere, can I get any work done at home?
Yep.
And at first I thought, oh man, it's going to be, the fridge is right there. TV's right there. I'm thinking, I'm not going to get anything done.
Yeah.
It's easy to work. I tell you the truth. Like, it's actually nicer to be at home by yourself. The TV's just ambient noise.
Yep.
I mean, the fridge is still there, which is nice. It's good to have.
Yeah.
but you know what I mean? Like I'm super productive at home.
Yeah. No, I like it. I like it when I get in the zone and I just kind of hunker down. Like
Yeah.
I find an hour is worth 2 hours anywhere else.
Oh,
You know,
it's
like,
free.
you know, yeah. And then sometimes I feel bad, right? Because then you blow through things in an hour and you go, wow, that I thought I had a lot to do, and then
I
I'm done.
know.
And then you look at it, you go, actually, that was a lot of work. I just
Then you should go for a drive.
like grind through, right? And then like I can go for a drive. So yeah. Oh, I have a funny story for you. So I met Alex, my friend Alex that we talked about, right? The one that I can't say his last name. And he told me a funny story because he said he was talking to somebody out west.
Yeah.
He's building a product line, and so he's talking to a manufacturer that can build stuff for him. And he was talking about launching and direct to consumer and how he should approach this, or should he look at retailers? And this this kind of private sourcing manufacturer said to him, listen, you should tune into this show. You should tune into this podcast. These guys are great. They're really insightful. I'll bet you they could help you. If you listen to them, you'll probably get a lot out of this, and then maybe you can contact them. And he goes, yeah, the guy's name is, one of them's Kenny and the other guy's Retail Phil. And
That's
he was
hilarious.
like, oh, I think I've heard of those guys. Yeah, I'll go listen to them, right?
That's a small world.
I was like,
okay, who was it? Was it Linda?
No, I have no idea. Actually, he couldn't remember, but he said if he looks it up, he'll figure it out.
That's hilarious.
Isn't that amazing?
So we might actually be about 11 or 12 listeners now.
I know. I think that was almost a viral moment, right? Like,
that's insanity.
So I was like, oh my God, this is kind of amazing, right? So
that's bizarre, man.
Yeah.
That's bizarre.
So,
well, what's funny though? I not because we know much of anything, but there's not a lot of stuff out there. You know what it is? I've listened to other people, right?
Yeah.
And typically they're way slicker than us. They're way more organized than us.
Yeah.
Like I think they have an agenda. And if they don't do a practice run, like they're actually probably following notes.
God, have a plan.
Not like I'm watching a little bit of the hurricane right now. I'm looking at the stupid screen, knowing that you put this on fucking YouTube, which is pissing me off. My coffee cups up. I got a million distractions.
Yeah.
Right. And these other people are buttoned down. But I always find that, you know what? Sometimes they got to tell you more, like, it's okay to share information. Like, even if you and I help people and they can go do it on their own and you never get really anything out of it, the fact that we actually help them is pretty cool. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I love it. Like I really do. Like if people are listening and they're doing we're helping somehow. I love it.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. It really is. Yeah.
Well, at least I hope we're helping somebody.
I hope so too. But yeah, I think that's what's going on with me. I don't know what else is going on.
No, I'm the same boat as you, man. I seriously, I've had a good. I think what day are we on today? Not Friday.
Wednesday. No, it's Wednesday.
Well, yeah, because we're early this week. It's been 2 good days. I had a bunch of good meetings. I got a meeting tomorrow that I'm excited about. I got 2 on Friday that I'm excited about. Monday's an exciting day, and I'm doing I think I told you that young entrepreneurs thing.
No, what is it?
It's called Yell.
Okay,
I think it's Yell.
Yell.
Like Yell.
Yep.
How do you say Yell? I don't know how to say it. It's going to sound stupid. YELL. How do you say that?
Yell.
Yeah, whatever.
Yell Canada. Canadian charity?
It's a nonprofit little group that helps so these kids take an entrepreneurial course in the schools, in the public schools. So they have guest speakers periodically,
cool, dude.
People like me, and then successful people, and they'll come in and talk
like
to the kids,
you, and then
successful
people.
So it's kind of fun, right? So I got my Monday night.
Yeah.
I've done one before, and I got Monday night where, just go tell the kids. In essence, you tell the kids what you tell your kids. Don't panic. A lot of time, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cool stuff out there. You just gotta be patient, and you gotta be willing to fail a few times.
Super cool.
Yeah, and that's a good shout out for Yell. Cool.
Yeah.
YELL.
Yeah. So the website is yellcanada.org. If you're looking for it.
One word, right?
Yeah. So YELLcanada.org.
See,
super
and this
cool.
would be good. So if we have entrepreneurs, especially, I don't think it's in Ontario. It's definitely in the lower mainland, but if you have stuff, it's a good one to reach out to. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's pretty cool to watch the kids. They get excited, and there's, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff you can do for kids. Get them into, maybe, especially today's world. Where I had my daughter today. She was all panicking. I mean, she's 22, worried about what she's going to do. I'm telling her, I don't know why you're worried already. I don't know what I want to do. So
Yeah.
listen,
It's okay. I don't know what I want to do when I grow up. So
exactly. So relax, right?
Yeah.
But we were talking about that, and I want to do this. I want to do this. The job they're thinking of doesn't exist.
Yeah.
In an office, and I told her, I said that, what you should do? Just start something. Just do something.
Yeah.
Do some stuff online. Like, just start farting around. I mean, look how many people have made, not millions or billions, but nice little careers just YouTubing, tweeting, Facebooking, Instagramming, whatever. I mean, again, it's not these in the world. I get it, but there's so many things you could do without having to go to an office job.
Yeah, totally.
Look how we're making money.
Totally. Or not.
I'm not in an office environment anymore.
Yeah.
Nor are you.
Nope.
I'm not necessarily. I'm not retiring tomorrow, but not starving.
Nope.
Right?
No. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah, Yells looks really cool. It looks like it's just Vancouver because it's a partnership with Simon Fraser.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So my my buddy at Jiva, so Ratan Baga, I think Ratan started it.
Okay.
Because he, in essence, is a young entrepreneur. Like, he's in his mid-30s yet, and his family owns Jiva and Everland, and obviously he got the opportunity to help run the family business, etc.
Yeah.
But really good family in terms of giving back, etc. So I think this was his thing when he was going to university, that he was lucky to have his dad and his uncles as sort of mentors, and being in retail, yada yada. I think even at a young age, he was already willing to give back.
Nice.
So it's pretty cool. Like, it's pretty cool.
That's very cool. That's very cool. Wow.
So that's my Monday night.
Nice.
So Thursday night, I tell you what happened Monday night, to be posted on the following Tuesday morning.
That was confusing, but yeah, I follow you. All right. That's the end of this Commerce Life. We'll be back soon with the next episode. Thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoyed it. Give us feedback. Tell us what you think. Subscribe, like us, join us, share us, tell your friends about us. And we hope to see you next time with more commerce news.